My typical day is that I wake up at 6 a.m. Because my 2-year-old asks for me and wants me to get out of bed immediately. So I wake up with him at 6 a.m. We play for about an hour. Then I get him ready, get us both breakfast, pack our lunch. And then I leave the house and I get on the subway. And so I live in Brooklyn, New York, and that's about a 30-minute train ride from New York. So it's a very crowded subway, lots of people going into the city, but it's a 30-minute ride. And then I arrive into Midtown Manhattan. And I have an open plan office, which means nobody has an office. Everybody just sits at desks, and we have open desks. So you can choose anywhere you want to sit. And then my day actually varies depending on what day it is. Some days I will have meetings from morning until the evening, and I'm working with teams to talk about different problems that we want to solve. So how can we help our client talk about this issue with some of their bosses? How can we help a client make a presentation and sort of change the way that they're doing something? So there's a lot of meetings with my teams. Then we have a lot of conference calls with clients. In our office, we typically do a lunch break where everyone in the office eats lunch together. And it's a great way for the whole office to come together and really get to take a break from work and learn about each other as people, which I think makes us more effective in terms of working together as teams. And then oftentimes during the day, I'll go out and I'll meet a client for coffee or for just a meeting, and we'll talk about some of the issues that they're having, what our approach is, and talk about ways that we can adjust some of the work that we're planning to do over the next month to meet their needs. When I leave the office, then I take the subway home and I meet my son right as he's finishing dinner. So I usually help him to finish dinner. Then we get him cleaned up and spend some time playing with him. And then he gets ready for bed. He takes a bath every night. We read some stories. He has some milk. And then he goes into bed. And depending on what day it is, I sometimes bring work home because I've tried to prioritize only working a certain number of hours a day so that I can be home when my son is home. So after he is in bed, I sometimes will open up my laptop and answer emails that have come through over the last few hours, review documents that my team has put together, and then provide comments and feedback to them so that they can work on that during the next business day and send it on to our clients.